What is up, YouTube? This is Chris, the Unprofessional Dad, and I am back with another knife video. And this is like my 5th attempt to start, because I keep getting started and I keep running off, and I just don't even know where I'm going with it. And I'm like, hey, let's start this over. And then the same exact thing happens again, and it's starting right now. I got to stop right now. Here, Chris, get focused. All right. So I'm sitting here. My kids are gone. That don't happen a lot, but they're gone. They went to their mom's for the night. And I was sitting here. Some things have happened the last couple of days. I don't like them. It's just life giving you another boulder to carry. It is what it is. It happens to all of us. You just got to carry it the best you can. Do it with the grace and the dignity, the best that you can. It ain't going to change. There's nothing you're going to do about it. No complaining, crying, blah, 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 blah. Just move on. So I was sitting in there watching TV. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going on. And it really stinks. And I was like, you know what? What's this doing for me? It ain't doing nothing but bringing me down. Instead, let's go in there and make a video right now. Let's go talk some knives and talk to some people that you really enjoy. Let's talk about some knives, get an engagement going. I'll talk to you about my knives and what I think about them, and then you can tell me what you think about them, or what you think about your knives, or whatever, or what you think about the weather. Has it been raining where you are? Because it's been a monsoon the last couple of days here. Tell me about the May 10th giveaway if you're really excited about that. By the way, so everybody knows, remember, May 10th giveaway is coming up for Blade Walker. If you have not, in the description below will be the video that you have to go onto, watch it, comment on, and it will also, that video has the link to like Blade Walker's channel so you can subscribe and stuff like that, because you have to be a subscriber to his channel. All that will be in there. My merch, that link will be in the description below in case you're interested in a t-shirt or a hat. It says Unprofessional Dad. Nobody needs to do all that. I understand. It is what it is. But if you want to, it's cool. It'll be in the link below. So you already know because of the thumbnail and the title. The motto of this video, the motto of life. I'm going to talk to you about the reason we're all here. The point to this video, or the theme to this video, whatever, I'll get it out eventually. You guys are used to me by now. Large knives for large hands. Overbuilt knives. I talk about best knives all around for EDC. Talk about best premium knives for EDC. Talk about best budget knives for EDC. Talk about best fixed blades for EDC. This is just big old folders. Chavez has got that knife, the TAK, and you all know what it stands for. I'm not going to say it. I don't use that language. I definitely don't use it in these videos. My kids might watch it. But you all know what it is. It stands for tiny knives. Well, these are BAK. Big ones. These are knives that are really large for larger hands. If you like a larger knife with the longer blade, now if you are somebody that's going to like a shorter blade or a smaller knife, a 5th pocket knife, low profile, you probably won't like these knives very much. But these are really cool knives. Now I'm going to show you really quick some knives that immediately got disqualified. They are awesome, awesome knives, but they immediately got disqualified. Now this isn't going to be a video where I'm going over all the specs and stats and everything on them. It's just going to run through them like always. We'll be here a couple days, but you're used to that. All right, the first knife that I'm going to show you that should be on any video about this type of subject, but I'm going to tell you why, and that is the Kizer Vanguard Sheepdog XL. Now this is carbon fiber handles, big steel liners. It is a liner lock. This has got a massive, massive chunk of 154 cm blade steel. This is an awesome knife. It feels great in the hand. Great. To be as big as it is, this thing feels awesome in the hand. I mean, deep carry pocket clip. This has got so many things going on. Now it's not reversible, but it's right hand only tip up. I'm going to tell you why this knife did not make the list. Because these are large knives that you would use if you like a larger, bigger knife for EDC. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is an awesome knife. I would use this knife for so many things. And would I EDC this knife? Yes, 100%. I have before. But that's just for the point of it. Not actually because I want a big knife to EDC. This knife is so heavy that it just is not very practical unless you are Bubba Ray or Big John Studd, or, you know, what was the other one? Hillbilly Jim or something, Hulk Hogan from WWE, and you aren't going to mind the weight of this thing. This is just so massive and heavy, it's hard to EDC this knife. I have EDC'd it before, but again, that was just for the point of EDCing this knife. It was just because I wanted to say that I EDC'd it, and I did. And I carried it around, and I found ways to use it and stuff, but it's heavy, it's big. It will definitely weigh down your pants, and you feel them sagging. The longer you walk, the more you walk. I could not imagine starting out a day with this and going through a full, complete day, and at the end of the day having these in my pants still. You're going to readjust your belt 27 times. This thing is that heavy. That's why this is not going to be on the list. Awesome knife. It's not too big, but it is far too heavy. Another knife that I was going to put in this for a big knife is this right here, the Ontario Rat 1. And the reason that I'm not going to put this in this video, it definitely could be in this video. The reason that it's not going to be in this video is because this is the one knife on this table that could be in a video on its own, no matter what the topic is. The best EDC knife, boom. The best survival pocket knife, boom. The best pocket knife for bushcraft, boom. The best made knife for under 50 bucks, boom. On and on and on and on and on. This knife is just in a league of its own. We all know about this knife. It's that good. Nobody needs to harp on the Rat 1, because the Rat 1 is a legend, and it deserves its own video. It shouldn't share the spotlight with these other knives. So it's not going to be in this video either. Honestly, we just all know about it. So the Rat 1 could be here, but it is not. And the other knife that I almost put in this video, but I just didn't, is the Kizer full-size Momo. Look at this knife. Look how big that knife is. Look at how massive that knife is. Now, this knife could be in this video, but I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is not. I mean, you could EDC this knife all day long, 100%. I just don't see this as an EDC knife. A lot of people will. I don't. It's too nice in my opinion. Now, if I had gotten the different version, maybe, but this is the one with the aluminum handles and the G10 bolsters. Just all around really great knife. 154 CM blade steel. Just an awesome knife. But look at it. It looks like a chef's knife. It looks like a butcher knife, a steak knife, an overbuilt steak knife. It just doesn't look like the handle is slippery. You know, it's just not an EDC knife. You can EDC it, and people do. I'm not saying that it can't be. I'm not saying that nobody does. I'm not saying that the person that's about to message in the comments and say, well, I EDC that knife all the time, I think it's great. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the average, overall, the rule, not the exception. And you're the exception to the rule, whoever you are. This is a great, fantastic knife, but it's just not, in my opinion, a knife for EDC. So it's going to be taken off the list as well. Those are three knives. Excuse me, my nose is itching so bad. Those are all three knives that very easily could be on this list, but those are the reasons that they're not. So let's start with this. And I'm going to show you some knives. In my opinion, these are excellent knives. They're big, longer blades, bigger in the hand, but they are good knives for EDC, especially if you like a bigger knife. Some of them are not going to be as heavy as the others. And again, if you do not like bigger knives, you won't like these very much. You might like the knives, but not like them for EDC. But, all right, the very first one, I'm going to start this off with a bang. I don't want to there are budget knives in here and premiums, both. I'm going to start it off with the bang, just because I want to show you a nice knife from the very get-go. And it is the Manix 2 XL. Now, this is the XL version. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The Manix 2 is one knife that you do not have to have the XL. If you like a bigger knife and you've got a bigger hand like mine, big fingers and paws, and you want a bigger knife, you can get by with the Manix 2, the regular size. It is big enough, and they've made it big enough, and it feels good enough in the hand, just a normal size one, that you'll be fine with it. Now, is the XL better and feel better in the hand than the Manix 2? Yes, 100%. No doubt about it. But you don't have to have this. This is one knife. I've got different knives, and I've got the full size and the XL, or the mini and the XL. There's some knives that I've got like that, and I've got both of them. The Momo, for instance, the mini Momo and the full size Momo, drastically different knives in the hand. The XL and the regular size Manix 2, both are big enough. This one is really big. All right, so just remember that, guys. If you do like big knives, this is one knife you do not have to have the XL. You will be fine with the regular size Manix 2. In my opinion, the Manix 2 is one of the best all-around EDC knives on the market. I've said that a million times. I've said also, if you ask 100 knife tubers out there what their top 5 EDC knives are, this is going to be on the majority of the list. Ask 100 people, what is your top 5 EDC knives? This will be on the majority of those lists. Not all the lists. And I'm not saying it's going to be the number 1 on the list. But I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to be on the majority of that list. It's going to be on their top 5. That's how good the Manix 2 is. It's awesome. Look at the contouring of this. This fits like a glove. This ain't just finger choil. This actually has a cradle for your hand. Your hand slides right in there, and then it forms and molds around your fingers. It just feels awesome. It does have the typical thumb ramp that Spyderco does, and jimping on top of the spine, or the handle, I should say. It's got the textured G10 that we love. This also has a 2-position pocket clip. Now, the Manix 2 has a ball, a caged bearing in there, which actually is how it looks and works kind of like a crossbar lock when you pull it back and stuff like that to release it, but you're actually releasing a caged ball in there, a bearing that locks it in its place with this D10 and stuff. So it's not a crossbar lock, even though it looks like it and it works similar to a crossbar lock. It is not a crossbar lock. But because of that, some Spyderco has 4-position pocket clips. The Manix 2 only has 2. So it's left hand or right hand, tip up only. It has the typical spider hold that we like in the Spydercos, and it has a drop point blade. Look at how much edge right there you've got. This is just a great knife. The Manix 2 is a big knife, and it is great for big hands, but the XL is fantastic. Now, let me just tell you right now, this knife, the Manix 2 XL, 8.94 inches in overall length with a 3.87 inch blade. This is S30V blade steel. I mean, this thing is just phenomenal. It really is. If you like a big, large knife, this could be the best knife on the table. It would not be my choice because there's one knife that I'm always going to choose just because of my love affair with that knife. Y'all already know what it is. When I mention big knives, you already know where I'm going with that. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows what knife I'm talking about. That's going to be my choice, but only because of my love affair with that knife. Other than that, this would hands down be my choice. All day, every day, no matter what knives you put up there, if I can only take one of the two, it's going to be this one almost every time. It's just a fantastic knife. Now, this does have a price tag though. You know, the Manix 2 XL is running in at $205. Now that's on Blade HQ. You're probably going to get it more affordable at Amazon, but Blade HQ, it's running right now $205. And all in all, S30V blade, great edge retention. It's not the easiest to sharpen, but look at that. You get a good knife right there. Now, let's go to the other end. Let's go a more budget option that is phenomenal. The fit and finish on this knife is out of this world. It gives you the premium feel in a budget package. And it is absolutely the Voluona. Look at this knife. Look at how big this knife is. Look at that. This thing is massive. Now the Voluona, this thing is just great. It's got a crown spine, which I've said a million times in my videos, how much I love a crown spine. It just gives a knife that classy, elegant, premium feel. A crown spine to me is, I love a crown spine. I love a crown spine. Awesome, beautiful fullers that go the length of the blade. Look how big that blade is. This is a 14C 28M blade. It's also coated. So, you know, you've got a coated blade, good corrosion resistance, good toughness. You got jimping not on the blade, but you do have on the handles. And big thick liners with a big G10 spacer. Textured G10 handles. It's all grayed out. And it has a titanium pocket clip. Now here's the thing. Oh, and it is a frame lock. Now look at how big that knife is. Just look at that. That thing is massive. This is a great knife for EDC if you like big knives. It's not heavy. I mean, it's got weight to it. It's a big knife. It's going to have weight. But it's not a heavy knife. This is a heavy knife. This is not. It's well proportioned. It feels good in the hand. If you like a big knife, you're going to be used to a heavier knife. So it's not going to bother you none. This holds well, holds its weight well, feels good in the hand, great in the pocket. One thing I will say is they put titanium pocket clips on these, you know, and I understand why they're doing it. It's a marketing thing. Just a thing to say, oh, you got titanium on that. It's got titanium added to it. Because titanium is the big thing right now. It's a milled titanium pocket clip, but I'm going to tell you right now, it would be just as, and it is reversible, left hand or right hand, tip up only. I will tell you right now, it would be just as great. I personally, because this knife is coming in right now on Amazon at $52.95 for all of this, 14C. I mean, this deal is phenomenal, and the fit and finish is next level. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd rather save the $5 or $10 for the titanium pocket clip and get it just more affordable and give me a regular pocket clip. I understand what they're doing. It's a marketing ploy, just to say it's got titanium on it. It gives it that little added factor, just like crown spine, or you know, that's all. They're just giving it that little edge to make it more appealing, more visually and aesthetically pleasing. Sales techniques, man. That's all it is. It doesn't improve the knife at all. I personally, yeah, it's great to have titanium on it. Absolutely. I would just take $5 off, sell this thing for $45, keep it under that $50 price range, and put a regular pocket clip on it. But again, I understand where they're going with it, and I respect that. Having been in sales for 25 years, I get it. I do. This is a phenomenal knife, though. I'm going to tell you right now, I would take this knife as quick as any knife on this table and have no problem at all EDCing this knife in any situation I'm in. Because 14C is a great blade still. It's not ultra premium or anything like that, but it's a good blade still. Sandvik is a great Swedish blade steel. And there's a lot of good blades that have, I mean, higher end knives that have 14C blades. It all comes down to heat treat, you know, and Migron are fantastic. They are right there with Petrified fish for fit and finish. I've said it a million times. I love this knife. Great PVD coating. I mean, this thing is awesome. It really is. What is the overall length of this? I just want to see real quick. .3 ounces. That is not 6.3 ounces. There's no way this thing weighs 6.3 ounces. 9.09 inches. Now I do believe that. That's a long knife. This next knife right here is awesome. This is a Civivi. Now, there was several Civivis that I was thinking about putting on here, but it was the same reason the Momo is not on here. This knife right here, the Synergy 4, awesome knife. Look how big it is. It's not on this list because that's not a practical EDC knife. Let's just be honest. It's not. Can you EDC it? Yes. Do people? Yes. Is it practical? No. The ball tear I showed yesterday, it's going to be given away in a video, or in that May 10th video. That's an awesome Civivi knife. That's massive. And yep, you're right, Zach. It does. It looks like the Roman sword. It really does. The Gladius. It's awesome. But it's just not as practical. That blade shape I don't really see as a practical blade shape for EDC. This is the Sentinel Strike 2. This is an awesome knife. This is a bigger knife for Civivi. It's lightweight. Man, it's remarkable how lightweight this is. Excellent button lock. Now, we all know that we, Civivi and Sencut, are some of the best with that plunge button lock. They're just awesome. That button lock is just fantastic. You know, durable, fidgety, excellent jimping on the blade. And this is not that micro jimping. You feel that jimping on the blade. Dual thumb studs. You have several different deployment methods. You can flipper tab, button lock, or thumb studs. All great action. You have green, G10, and aluminum. Nice pocket clip that is deep carry, and it's reversible, left hand or right hand. All in all, this knife is insane. I'll tell you something else I like about this knife a lot. Look at that blade. You see the different grinds on that blade? Look at that swedge on top. But look at the different grinds right here. You're going to get a hollow grind and a flat grind. That's going to, man, my nose is itching so bad. Does that mean somebody's talking? No, somebody talking about you is your ear. Somebody's coming over is your nose. I guess she's bringing the kids back or something. I don't know. But this is going to give you multiple grinds. You don't have very much flat grind. It's majority of it is the hollow grind. But I like these, you know, you get those multiple grinds on it, you know. It's just nice. It really is. It gives it an added little look and it factor. It just spices up the blade. It makes it cool. But look at this. This is a tactical knife. It's an EDC knife. It's a lightweight knife for what it is. Great knife. What? There's no way. I thought that Manix 2 XL was a little overpriced because I did not pay that. No, I didn't pay nowhere near that much because I get mine on Blue Ridge, so I get mine really cheap. But I still thought that was a considerable price. $205 for that Manix 2. That's a steep increase. This is $105 on Blade HQ right now. That's insane that the knife prices are going up like that. That's insane. Wow. The Sentinel Strike 2 button lock. This is 8.61 inches in overall length with the 3.7 inch blade. Nitro V blade steel. 59 to 61 on the Rockwell chart. So you're going to get good edge retention with that Nitro V, but that Rockwell chart is a little bit lower, so you're going to get some toughness in there. This is a good tactical knife. I'm telling you, this would be a great knife for law enforcement, military, stuff like that, with that button lock and that fidget factor. But it's great for EDC all around. Aluminum and G10 handles, 3.69 ounces. Look at that, 3.69. Look how big that is, and it only weighs 3.69 ounces. I told you it was light for what it is, how big it is. This is a fantastic knife. Made in China, left or right hand tip up. I love it. This next knife is a cool one too. Now this next one don't feel very good in the hands when you very first get it. You got to get used to it. But once you do and you get used to it, this is an awesome knife. It really is. And there's going to be a theme. This blade shape, you're going to see a lot with these other knives that are to come. I really like this style of blade. And this is the Kooie Master Chief. I love the look of this knife. As far as just looks alone, this is one of the coolest looking knives to me on this table. I love this blade shape a lot. That really nice blade that, you know, it's look at that grind work, that swedge. Look at that long flat grind right there, sharp point. This is black micarta, thick liners, and it is a liner lock. It's jimping on the handle and a flipper tab. There's no thumb studs, no thumb hole. It's just a flipper tab. But the action, as you just saw, is phenomenal. Now, there is jimping on the spine. That is not micro jimping at all. You can hear that traction. There's traction there for my thumb. Now, it's not as aggressive as I like, but it's aggressive enough. Now, here's the thing that I don't like about the feel of this. Now, it does have a deep carry pocket clip, very deep, and the screws are inset, and it is reversible. So left hand or right hand tip up only. But here's what I don't like about this. Do you see how it goes from one extreme to the other? From really wide to really narrow in such a short space? It's an awkward grip. Now, if you cant your hand to the side, it feels good. That actually feels okay if you cant your hand to the side, but it's hard to hold the knife like that. Because you got to hold it so back so far, you lose control of that blade. You would have to actually, choke up on it, and then again, it's even canted. It feels awkward. So, if they wasn't as extreme from one extreme to the other, if there was more of a gradual decline there, less of a whoosh, you know what I mean. That is just, it feels really awkward for my hands. It just does. 2 fingers are down here, 2 fingers are up here. You know, it's just an awkward grip. You can get used to it. You can, and you can learn to grip it a little bit different, change up the firmness of your grip and stuff. But ultimately, the knife itself is awesome. Outside of that one, if it wasn't for that one thing, I would give this knife such a high rating, in my opinion. Now, my opinion don't matter. I'm a nobody. I don't know jack. Y'all know that. You all know so much more about knives than me. I don't understand still to this day why any of you all listen to me. You shouldn't listen to a word I say about knives. You should look at me and just wonder, how in the world is this dude getting through life? You know, not listening to me talk about knives, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I just don't. And I'll admit that. But this Master Chief, it's a stone-washed blade, 8.11 inches in overall length with a 3.43 inch blade. It's AUS 10. Now, that is not a high-end premium blade steel, but AUS 10 is going to give you some good toughness, and it's going to give you some edge retention. It's not a D2 edge retention or anything, but it's pretty good. It's way better than AUS 8. AUS 10 is not that bad. AUS 10 is a decent blade steel. Again, it's not a premium blade steel, but for the price you pay, AUS 10 is a decent blade steel. It's going to do most people just fine. You're not going to notice a difference. Let's put it that way. If you use this knife, unless you are the most keen, perceptive, you know everything about blade steels, and you know exactly how long the edge retention is supposed to last on each blade steel, and blah, 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 you're going to use this knife, and it's going to be no different than any other knife you use. It's going to have edge retention that's going to wear out. You're going to have to sharpen it. It's going to have the toughness to where you can do some things, you can't do some things. It's just a knife. But this thing comes in at $64. It's a good price on this knife. AUS 10, that massive blade, black micarta, deep carry pocket clip, thick liners. I really, really like this thing. 5.08 ounces. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Maybe I believe it. Maybe I believe it. Yeah. It is on bearings. Excellent action. I love this knife a lot, guys. This is an awesome knife. let's go through these really quick. All right, let's do a premium one. The Amphibian. Oh, get out of here. Look how big that is. Look at that knife. Look at that knife. All right, no more stats. Let's just run through these knives. I'm just going to show them to you really quick. I do want to tell you the price of them, but let's just run through them really quick. The Amphibian right here. This is going to cost you about, I think this is 301. Yeah, 301 on Blade HQ. It's got Microtech's Ram Lock. It's got Bowler M390 blade steel. This is the apocalyptic design, so it's going to have the two-tone, stone washed, and satin finish. G10 handles. This is what you call frag pattern G10 handles. It's got a reversible titanium pocket clip. Awesome. It's got the unique thumb studs, which aren't really thumb studs. They're like thumb rails or whatever. Just an awesome knife. When you talk about something that's big, tactical, flashy, premium quality, this thing is awesome. I mean, the action on this is out of this world insane. It's fidgety as all get out. Look at how much blade you've got there. This is massive. This is massive. Got the recurve blade, good sharp point. It's Bowler M390. I keep saying N. Bowler M390. And we talked about this when we done the blade steel video a couple weeks ago. They intentionally bring the heat treat down. People complain about the heat treat of Microtech's M390. But the actual fact is they intentionally heat treat it that way so you get more toughness into it. So you can take a good knife that's a tactical knife and you can actually beat on it. You can get some toughness out of it without it being brittle and snapping. So the Rockwell chart is going to be lower than what people think that the M390 should be. They do that on purpose to give you more toughness. So you can take a knife that looks flashy, looks fidgety, looks tactical, looks aggressive, looks ninja-y, all that other stuff. But at the same time, if you want to get it out and you want to actually beat on it and use it for some hardcore EDC, you can. This knife is awesome. Look how big that is. That's a massive knife. This is a good knife right here, guys. You want a really good knife? I love Bestech. This is a great knife. This is the Bestech Swordfish. In my opinion, this is a sleeper on the table. Now, they've had the Swordfish out for a little while, and there's a bunch of other versions out right now. You can get the Knife Center exclusive that's got the white G10 and the Magna Cut blade. You can get that right at $100. You can get some nice ones, but look how big that blade is. Now, this is in D2, and you can get different blade steels as well. This one's in D2. Two-tone G10. You got the Jade or Natural G10, and you've got the Black G10, two-tone. It is a deep carry pocket clip. Screws are almost inset into the handle, but not quite, and it is not reversible. So it's right hand only, tip up. Big, thick steel liners with a liner lock. Look at that. This is a gentleman's knife. This is an executive knife. Look at that. Look how nice that knife looks. And it definitely looks like a swordfish. That's not how swordfish swims. Why do we do that with sharks? Sharks don't actually swim like that. Why do we do that? Anybody ever notice that? The swordfish, let me see. $52 for this knife. $52 right now. A 3.875 inch blade of D2 spear point, 4.87 ounces, flipper tab. I mean, just all in all, just a great knife. I like the Swordfish a lot. This is going to give you a good EDC blade that will also give you a level of gentleman or executive feel, especially if you go with one of the other versions like the white G10. You're really talking a gentleman tuxedo style knife right there. You can take this out. This is going to be a steak knife, a church knife. You can take it to dinner at or lunch after, church or whatever, or a graduation or something like that, and you're going out to eat afterwards. Carry your own steak knife. This knife fits so many roles, but at the same time, it's also good enough for EDC. And look how big it is. That's massive for big hands. Broadside. A lot of people don't like this because the springs are very soft. So it's very There's not a lot of detent, toughness to the detent in this. The springs are soft. But man, it's fidgety as all get out. You got a massive D2 blade. And what did I tell you guys? You're going to see a lot of commonality in the blade shapes. I like this big, wider blade. D2, look at that swedge. You got big dual thumb studs right there. You got jimping on the blade and the handle there. It is super aggressive too. Not very much, but it is that thumb ramp right there. Good finger choil. Hold your finger there. Give you a good indexing grip. G10 handles. Deep carry pocket clip. Screws in set into the handle. And it is reversible. Left hand or right hand. This is an awesome knife. I know a lot of people don't like the Kershaw D10. The Kershaw Broadside. I know that a lot of people don't like it. But I'm telling you right now, I love this knife. I have EDC'd this knife a lot. And there's a reason. I love this daggone knife. Now, this knife is going to run you right around the price of the Iridium. It's going to cost you about 80 bucks. And it's great. Big, thick steel liners, 8.35 inches in overall length with 3.5 inch blade. Stonewash blade, G10 handles, 5.08 ounces. A bigger knife, like I said. These are big knives. Made in China, crossbar lock-on bearings. Fantastic knife. Fantastic knife. Look how big that is. Flat grind, slicing, beating, EDC, cutting boxes, food prep, camping. What I would take this knife anywhere and I'd be just fine with it. I would. I love this knife. I absolutely love it. Next knife. I'm almost done, guys. This knife is fantastic. I love this. I've EDC'd this knife a lot. Back when I first started this channel, I talked about this knife all the time. I was EDCing this knife when I started this channel. I was EDCing this knife a lot. I love this knife. This is the large Pyrite, titanium handles, big thick steel liners, a big huge deep carry pocket clip, screws are inset into the handle, and it is reversible, left hand or right hand. Dual thumb studs. This is RPM 9 blade steel, so nothing fancy, basically 9CR, but it's titanium handles, dual thumb studs, a button lock, which is real fidgety. I never used this knife for anything hardcore, beating on it or anything. I used it for normal EDC. I have food prepped with this. I've cut packages open, cut boxes open. I've literally cut jeans with this right through them. Just whoosh, like they wasn't even there. Quicker than scissors. What else have I done? I mean, I've done so much with this. Good jimping on top. It's not, I mean, this is not jimping or micro jimping. That's aggressive jimping. That's getting up there where I really like it, where it's super aggressive. Like taking skin off your thumb before your thumb gets loose. Good, sharp, piercing tip. I mean, just look at this knife. That's a cool knife. RPM 9 steel is not the best blade steel in the world, but it's their proprietary blade steel, Artisan Cutlery and CJRB. They do a good job. They do a decent heat treat. For EDC, you don't need the best blade steel in the world. This is going to do just fine. It's going to do just fine. You might have to sharpen it more, but ultimately it's going to be fine. That fidgety button lock, everything else, and the look of it, this is an awesome knife. Now, this is going to cost you, with the titanium handles, 80 bucks, $79.95. 8.7 inch overall length, 3.7 inch blade, drop point, 5.3 ounces, left hand or right hand, tip up, bearings, made in China, thumb studs, and a button lock. That's how you open it and deploy it. Just a phenomenal knife. Feels excellent in the hand. One of the better knives on the table for feeling in the hand. All right. Military 2. Military 2, right there. Now, this is in the 15V, but you don't have to get the 15V version. The Military 2, just look how big that is. It's awesome. It's got the typical Spyderco thumb ramp with the jimping. You got your Spidey hole. This has got the compression lock, which is fidgety as all get out. Typical of Spyderco. Texture G10. This is the 4-position pocket clip. So left hand, right hand, tip up, tip down. The one thing I'll say about this is a great knife for EDC, for tactical and stuff. This just isn't a knife. It's got a really sharp tip and point. This isn't a knife that you're going to be able to do a lot of hard use, a hardcore use. Could you? Yes, you could, because the heat treat. Not with this 15V. This is brittle. Edge retention is going to be off the charts, but you know, the Military 2 is going to be one of your larger Spydercos. It's going to feel great in a large hand with a large, long blade. You can use this for EDC all day long. Don't use it for hardcore beating on it, batoning, taking it out and doing bushcraft and survival stuff. I wouldn't do that with it. Could you? Probably. Should you? No. It's not meant for that. Use the knife for what it's meant for, and it will always succeed and give you the best results you're looking for. As long as you're using it the right way. You know? You're using it the right way. You know? A mule is an amazing animal if you're looking to pack gear and stuff. But if you take a mule, a pack animal, into the Kentucky Derby, what do you expect? It's going to get smoked. Vice versa. A Kentucky Derby Thoroughbred is one of the fastest four-legged animals out there. But you go packing it down with weight like a pack animal, and it's not going to make it very long at all, because you're using it for something it's not meant for. If you put it in its right environment for what it's supposed to do, it will succeed. Put your knives in the situations that they're supposed to be used in, and they will always succeed. Set your knives and yourself up for success. The Military 2 is a fantastic knife for certain things, and EDC is one of those things. Cutting boxes, food prep, even tactical and stuff, whatever, it's going to be good for that. Just don't use it for hardcore beating it, snapping the tip, batoning on it, using it like a chisel. It's not meant for that stuff. But this is an awesome knife. Now, the Military 2 is going to run you some prices, but this one is $240, $150, but that's Sprint Run 15V. You can get it different prices with the different blade steels, and they do offer this in several blade steels. Almost done. Begleiter XL. Look at this. Green micarta handles, button lock, fidgety as all get out. Button lock is phenomenal, and you got the flipper tab, and you have got dual thumb studs all the way around. Look at how long that blade is right there with that swedge on top. Oh, good sharp piercing tip. Look at that. Deep carry pocket clip, screws are inset into the handle, and it's reversible. Left hand or right hand, tip up. All in all, 3 ways to open it. Dual thumb studs, button lock, and a flipper tab. This thing is awesome all the way around. Jimping, look at how much jimping is on that blade. Look at how long this set of jimping is. And that is aggressive jimping. It's not as aggressive as I like, but it is aggressive. Your thumb ain't going nowhere. A good finger choil, I like the straight lines on a knife. I say it all the time, but I do like one finger choil. It gives you an index for your grip, but the straight lines make it more universally appealing, so it doesn't matter if your hands are smaller, larger, how you like to grip it and hold it. Straight lines are easier to conform to different grips. I love this handle. All in all, the Begleiter XL, this is the XL version, is phenomenal. Now, this is not a cheaper knife. This is $94. This is 9 inches in overall length with a 4-inch blade, 154 cm. That's an excellent blade steel, guys. Excellent blade steel. You guys already know that. Drop point, stone wash finish, steel liners, green micarta handles, 5.06 ounces, right up there with everything else. When you're getting a knife this big, you're going to have some weight. Bearings. This is, the designer is Azo or Azo, whatever. Just a phenomenal knife. Look at this. This knife is so fidgety. As big as it is, I love this knife. But then again, I love Kizer. Kizer is one of my favorite brands, especially when you're talking about budget, lower end knives. That $100 price range, $150 price range. I love Kizer. Excellent. Petrified Fish Victor. Brown burlap micarta, big thick steel liners. a big G10 handle. Actually, that's my card as well. I'm sorry. Yeah, spacer, not liner, but spacer. Micarta spacers there. Deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. So you have left hand or right hand. And this is truly deep carry. It's above the hilt of the handle. So you got truly deep carry, reversible, left hand or right hand. Still liners, and it is a liner lock. This, look at this clip point, buoy style blade. So this is a nice beater knife. Look how big it is in a big hand. It's thick, it's bulky, it's heavy, reversible pocket clip. Now, this knife is one of the best deals on the table. You get all of this with some of the best fit and finish on the table for $41.39. The gray coated blade is K110. K110. So it's not bad. 8.15 inches in overall length with a 3.5 inch blade. Gray stone wash coated. Brown micarta. Steel liners. 4.94 ounces. So it is heavy. Tip up only on bearings. Yeah, just an all in all great knife for $41. Look at all you get. Now, it has a flipper tab. That's how you open it. It doesn't have thumb studs, but it does have, it's not a thumb hole, but it is, I can't do it, but it does have a little, it's not a hole, but it's that little space right there. It's not on both sides, so you can't do it with your left hand. I am getting better with my left hand doing the Spidey flick, but I can't do it at all with my right hand. I just can't. I'm not picking it up. But it does give you that option to almost like a thumb nick, but it's a big, huge hole of a thumb nick, so you can grab it and do the Spidey flick and flick it open. Great knife, $41. This is a knife you can take to the outdoors. You can beat on it. That clip point, you can use this to skin animals, food prep, tactical, if you wanted, whatever you want. That blade style is a Bowie knife in the form of a folder, and it's petrified fish. All right, last knife, and we all know what this is. We all know. I don't even need to show you, but you know, I'm going to anyways. Yeah, the AD10. Come on, guys. It is what it is. Perfection right here. I love this knife. Let's just talk really quick because I only got a few more minutes. I'm going to just tell you how good this knife is and all of the things that make this. The other night when I did a 3-knife challenge with this, I had this against knives that were twice its value. One was almost 3 times its value. Smoked them. This was almost the unanimous decision. Only a few people picked the other 2 knives. One of the other 2 knives. Almost every, I would say 96% of the people picked the AD10. Here's the reason why. The massive handle that feels good in the hand with that finger choil and how it cradles your hand. It's got a reversible pocket clip, left hand or right hand, tip up only. It's got dual thumb studs, and the jimping on the blade and on the spine is grooves taken out. Chunks, like they took a hatchet and just chunked out pieces of steel. That's not jimping, that is canyons in the spine of your knife. Your thumb is getting a good grip. S35 VM blade steel on a massive, massive chunk of steel. It's got a good swedge on top, almost a spear point type blade. This is a drop point, but it's almost a spear point. A good flat grind. You can use this for poking, piercing, chopping, beating on it, batoning, whatever you want. Has big, thick steel liners. And it's not a liner lock. Was I about to say it's a liner lock? I get running off at the mouth, and it is, I'd say that. It is a triad lock. Can't even believe I was about to say it had a liner lock. I get going so much and saying the same things over and over, I'm just repeating myself. And I just lose track sometimes. This is the Triad Lock. Now, the Triad Lock is, in my opinion, I've said it many times, the safest, best all-around knife in the knife industry. They tested a Triad Lock almost 900 pounds. They have held 900 pounds in weights on a chain or rope from this knife in a clamp, and the blade did not break. The lock did not break. Almost 900 pounds. That is an amazing fail level. Like, the fail point on this knife is so high, it's just not going to fail on you ever. It's not going to do it. If it does, I need to know what you've done. I want to hear that story, because that's obviously a good one. All in all, between the Triad Lock, the massive thick barrel thumb studs, the reversible pocket clips, the S35VN blade, all in all, this knife is just unbeatable for a large, heavy use EDC knife. Is it heavy? Absolutely. Is it bulky? Absolutely. Is it too big for a lot of people? 1,000,000%. But is it perfect for a lot of people? 1,000,000,000%. This knife is perfection for what it's designed to be. It's amazing. Really quick. Now, here's the deal. You can get this right now for $165.95. You can get it more affordable on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it for a more affordable price on Amazon. Let me see. You can also get it in AUS-10 for $109.95. The same exact knife in every way, except for it has AUS-10 instead of the S35VN. But if you're going to get this knife, get it in the S35VN. Also, they have this knife, the AD10, in the AD10 Light Tonto with the Triad and the black GFN. That's AUS-10 as well, but you get a Tonto tip instead of the drop point. But listen, you got to go with this one. You got to go with this one. It's overall length to 8.5 inches with a 3.625 inch blade, S35VN, drop point, flat grind. Black handles, G10, steel liners, 6.83 ounces. So it has some weight. It's the heaviest one so far we've looked at. Left hand or right hand, tip up. Manual with thumb studs. Yeah, AD10. Andrew Demko is the designer of this. Andrew Demko. The Demko AD10. This is a phenomenal knife, guys. In my opinion, best knife on the table. Maybe not the best knife on the table, but it's the knife I'm going to pick. I love this knife. I would rely on this knife with my life. If I was stuck in the woods, and let me tell you, some people have been asking me lately, they want to hear the stories about the Appalachian Trail or me living in a tent for a couple years. Again, I didn't do that because I was broke or homeless. I did it because I had been in sales for a long time. I was going through a divorce, and I just wanted to get out. I wanted to experience nature. I wanted to find myself. I wanted to just I blamed my career for a lot of what was going on, even though my career wasn't the problem. I was. But I have a lot of stories from there, and people have been wanting to hear some of those, and maybe I'll do a video with some different knives and give you guys some different stories of things that I experienced, different things that I went through, because there is some funny stories that I went through and some different scenarios that I went through, and like the night that I was up all night long, couldn't figure out what was going on, and it was because I had put river rocks in the fire, and they were going off like shotgun blast all night long. Sometimes you put rocks in the fire, if they're not the right kind, or if there's moisture in them, they're going to pop and crack and explode, scaring the crap out of me all night. Had no idea what was going on. I was like, this ain't like the videos. But just stupid stuff like that. But if I was to go out into the woods right now, trust me, I could survive. No problem. No problem. I could go with nothing but a canteen, a sheet of plastic, and this knife, and I'm going to be good. I know the fixed blades are the way to go, but I would be fine with this one. I'd rather have a fixed blade, but this knife would do just fine. But there you go, guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys about knives tonight. I'm sitting in here in my house by myself, had things on my mind, and I just wanted to talk about knives. Kill time, not be in a hurry, and just talk to you all and talk knives and enjoy it. Get some stuff off my chest and vent. So thank you all for listening to me. Thank you all for always being supportive. Let me ramble. Let me make my mistakes, like talking about a liner lock when it's a triad lock. Thank you. Some people don't appreciate that, and they don't even watch the part where I catch myself and I'm like, oh, I messed up. They'll just see that and they'll immediately stop and blast me in the comments. Oh, it's like, look, if you're expecting somebody to know what they're talking about or get it right, you're watching the wrong guy. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because that ain't me. But anyways, remember, guys, premium. If anybody wants to be premium members, I'm looking for the new premium knife. If there's any suggestions for the knife of the month, premium member knives, let me know. If you join premium members, tier 1, you get 1 name in the box. Tier 2, you get 3 names in the box. Tier 3, you get 5 names in the box. Your literally name goes in a box 5 times. We shake them up, and 1 name comes out, and that person wins the knife of the month for the premium member knife giveaway. It's always at least $100 in value, but usually well over that. My merch will be linked in this video description. Hot hats, t-shirts, and hoodies, multiple colors of each. The video for the giveaway May 10th will be in the description. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to shut up. I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad. I wish all of you sharp knives and happy lives, and I will see you in the next one.